What's going on, buddy, and welcome back to another video. So it's been a minute since I've had this car out, guys, and that's because before on my channel a couple months ago this chassis had a crash and it was rocking the red and black EK body. So I'm coming back out now with the V2 version, and she's a little bit different. Don't want you guys to get it confused with the other one because I'm running the same slicks. I'm running the Pluraline reactions on the front wheel drive chassis as well. It's still the Tamiya FFO3 chassis, and yeah guys, we're trying to dial back in this car because I did do some changes to it and get the chassis back up in working form. And being it a V2 version, I had to go ahead and do some different changes, and as you guys saw in the intro, this is a fully functional wing at the back here. And I just decided that when I do go away and come back, it has to be something epic. It can't just be the same old. And I did have it in mind to try this setup on a front wheel drive build, and here it is. Not sure if I'm going to be jumping right to create a front bumper for this build as yet, because at the same time I want to make sure that it's fully functional, being that the car did have a crash and stuff like that, and the chassis was a bit bent. But I spent some time reinforcing it and straightening it out, so we're gonna see if she will do anything spectacular this time around. But I'm gonna be taking off the body so you guys can see just exactly what I've been doing to the car. Some changes has been made at the front here, but that's insignificant. I decided not to really work with a lot of weights this time around, and I'm gonna take off the body and show you guys what I mean. Yeah, so with this box right here, you guys must have been wondering what's the purpose of that. So the last build that I had, with the red car, with the red body being on this chassis, the pipe went all the way into the vent. But this time around, I decided to create a little air box, which just kind of let the air back up a little bit and give a little bit more flow into the vent right here. And I just did this for fun. There's no special reason. You don't have to follow me and do anything like this. That's just because I made this replica turbo looking thing here to put some air inside of the vent in a different way. Yeah guys, so that's just my little custom thing right there. And yeah, as I said, I tried to do some work to the chassis, reinforce it some more to see if I can get this chassis to be up and running again. We even broke the mount here, tried to put some crazy glue, some hot glue to keep it stiff so it doesn't really break off again. So we're just trying to revive this chassis, guys, because really and truly, if it can work again, what's the point in buying a whole new different chassis, what I'm saying? So we're gonna see if she can go back out. I did a little test run with it, and it is pulling a little straight. It's not too bad. It does need some work though, but I did also modify the diff because the diff before was broken, so I had to even do a lot of work in the transmission, in the gearbox and stuff like that. So also with the AC as well, guys, I had to do some electrical work with that, and I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. Okay, let's start with diff first. As you can see, I had to take off this one because this one was chopped all the way out. Let me see, can you focus here? So it was chopped all the way out, guys, so I had to change that one and install another one on the other side. So that's the change for the gearbox, because when it had the accident, it actually hit out one side of the diff and there was no, you could not turn the axle, so to speak. So that was that. And then for the AC I changed over one that I had. This was the old one, this was one that got damaged, and I changed this one and put in a different one inside here. And what this is the top part that sends all the information to the motor and tells it what to do. So I had to change this one and put in a different one, not really a brand new one, just taking it out of another one that I had, and then cleaning it up and solder things back together, and the usual, guys. So that's just another way that you can put some of your parts to use, especially if you have some spare parts laying around. So this is not really a brand new build, it's just some scrap parts I'm putting together and bringing back out this chassis. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, drop a like, and if you like what you're seeing, you can leave a comment But you know, gonna be doing some testing and tuning with this machine soon. So until then, stay tuned.